And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And hello, how are we doing? Happy Thursday to you all. We are back in our regular scheduled setup in a sort of San Diego Comic-Con hangover, as we just had a full weekend absolutely packed with reveals from all over the place, not just Marvel Legends. Last week we recapped on the Friday, so today the topic is mine and Rich's top 5 reveals overall, including Marvel Legends of course, but overall, what other things were we enjoying seeing revealed? What other things are we going to want to add to our collection? So that's what the topic is today, top 5 San Diego sort of Comic-Con reveals. So of course I cannot do it on my own. Let me bring him in. It is of course displayed once. Rich.
Hey Dan, you alright? How's your week going?
I'm all good, mate. Are you alright?
Yeah, just normal week. Just normal week for me.
Okay, all right. If anything's up, please share. You're in a safe place here. You can talk.
I will, Dan. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I'll go through the housekeeping real quick. So if you're in the chat, please say hello. You know what it is. We are here for the next hour or so talking toys. So please get involved. Where's my buttons? There we go. So last weekend, I had a whole weekend of live streams. Me and Rich recapped the Legends reveals on the Friday. On the Saturday, I was back with Joe's and Juice with Tom and Mark doing all the G.I. Joe classified reveals. Some great stuff. And then me and Tanner had like a 2+ hour live stream. And we only barely managed to get through all of the Turtle news from NECA. So yes, lots of long form content on the channel, recapping all of those amazing reveals at San Diego Comic-Con. So go and check out the playlists for all of that good stuff. Much appreciated. Hit that super chat button, anything over £4 or $4. Friday, we'll read it out loud. Literally be a part of the chat, be a part of the conversation while contributing to the channel. Much appreciated. And then hit that join button. It's one of those weeks, people. It's a Legends and NECA week. So if you hit that join button at the Members Club tier, you can literally be on the channel. And this week's theme, if you couldn't tell already, is obviously going to be San Diego Comic-Con reveals. I want to know what your top 3 San Diego Comic-Con's reveals were from all of the brands, from all of the franchises and all of the toy companies. Pick your top 3 favorites and we will recap them, break them down on Sunday, okay? So make sure you start messaging me after today's stream and I will put you in there. Last week we had a full house, so hopefully we can get the same this weekend. Again, top 3 San Diego Comic-Con reveals should be a good one. Rich, have you got any new toys this week? Anything arrive? Anything we can warm up with?
A couple of things showed up. So finally my Ronan showed up.
You got lost in the cosmos.
Amazon UK finally started shipping them, so that was good.
Was it from Amazon UK or from Amazon Europe, EU?
I think it was. I ordered it through UK, but I think it was EU stock in the end that they shipped over. But he's really nice. He just comes with nothing. Yeah,
sad times.
And look, the shoulder pads annoy me because if you like want to raise his arms up, they keep popping off like all the time.
Yeah.
And I also got this 2-pack.
Ah, very nice.
Got Monica Rambeau and Doom.
That Doom head sculpt looks really good.
I think he looks a bit like Jason Bateman from like Arrested Development all the time. Like
Ozark,
yeah, from a certain like angle, it looks like that.
Custom Ozark figures. I actually really grew to like Ozark, by the way. I'd recommend it. I didn't like Jason Bateman at first, but he grew on me. He plays well. Marty Bird, isn't he? He plays in that role.
Yeah, and this turned up today, but I haven't had time to open it yet. But you know, there's a review by this person over here. If you want to watch it,
me? There is a review by me. It's on the YouTube channel right now. I haven't even posted a picture to say I've got it, but there is a review up on the channel of Drax the Destroyer and Moondragon. I try my best, as I always do when we get introduced to new characters in the Legends line or new character designs, to give you a little bit of insight on where they have came from. So hopefully you enjoy that, as that may not be your mind's eye of Drax the Destroyer, but it is 100% Drax in his bigger, bulkier form. And then Moondragon, very happy to have Moondragon in the collection, but I'm sure you'd agree with me, Rich, would prefer her in her sort of more classic-y green swimsuit style, right?
I think just alive for a Marvel female, just as long as they're alive, that's a good thing to be at the moment.
Yeah, as long as they're alive, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's all I want, Dan.
Let's see what the chat is saying today. Let's see if they're saying anything interesting for us. So if you are in the chat, hopefully you've said hello, and we can see what's going on. Right, there we go. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, I haven't got a poll today. Maybe I should start a poll. If anyone has any suggestions for what today's poll should be, please let me know. Okay, who can we see? I can see Mark Tac, Mark Rose, Phil Jones, Jamie Gitchard, Figures and Vinyl. Says, have a great stream, guys. Catch you up on the stream tomorrow. Stu, we will see you on the replay. Big Will says, sad pal, it's Remembrance Thursday. All bow your heads for 1 minute silence for Jubilation Lee. Why? What happened to Jubilee? King Mendez says hi. Cloud with the Cloud Foxwell emojis. Tax in the building, as I said. Craig's Nostalgic Collection UK. Jay's Toys Collection UK. Rich with the candles. Are you sure you're okay, Rich?
I'm okay, Dan. I'm okay. I've got a pint of vodka. I'm fine.
Okay. Jason Lopez, the retweeting king. Jelly Figs as well says hello, everyone. Paul McCarthy says hello, Who Crew. Looking forward to a few hours of action figure chit chat. That's exactly what you get here. Action figure chit chat. Nathan says Blade for me is his favorite reveal, #1. Now Blade's good, but it could be better. So maybe he didn't make my list today. Home Dude says, what up, Dan and the Who Crew? Rich M emojis. Retro Vintage says, the Rich M show is back. Look, I'm not mad at it, right? I'm not mad at it. I love Rich M as well. Jay's Toys Collection says, imagine the reaction to Optimus Prime dying in the 80s Transformers movie and the poor children. Now think of poor Rich M going through these same emotions. Something's definitely going on here, people, that I'm not clued up into. Let me know what's going on in the chat, people. What is going on? Abnugler, out of the wow, says, I'm happy. First San Diego Comic-Con, and then Jubilee dies. What the hell is going on? Is this true? Abnugler. No need for that, all right? Get back down the well. 100 likes sends Abnugler back down the well. Greg Finstad said, did Tilly start chewing on power cables? No, we're good. Well, we crashed. We're good. No, we're alive. Everyone can hear us, right? People are laughing. Richie's mourning. What's Jubilee died. Richie's mourning. Mourning White Rabbit. Are you mourning White Rabbit? Is that what's going on?
No, that not White Rabbit.
Not White Rabbit. Okay. Graffiti says, yo, what up, homies, with the backstabbing emojis. Kurt K says, sorry for your loss, Rich M. Cute Cool RIP. Craig Nostalgic Collection says, long live Kitty Pride. There's no need for that around here. Get down the well with Abnugler. You know what? There's room for two down there.
Too far.
Room for two down the well. The Wolfpack Tour Review says RIP Jubilee. Disavowed Action Figure Toys was what's going on all? Sad times, it seems, Disavowed. Sad times. Robert Thompson says, hello, Dan and Rich, and everybody getting in early. Blade is a must for me. Yes, Blade is, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with Blade, but could have been better. There's a bit of reuse from
better vampires in the Marvel universe, Dan.
There have been. There have been known to be some vampires, depending on the era. Abnugler and Craig definitely can get down the well together. Like they're new pals down there. Room for two. Lady Max says, hey, your boy's got toys. Says, I ban Greg Finstad here. No bans for me. I am absolutely sure. I don't know what they're talking about. Fernando's in the chat. Antonio. Super Turk 5000 says, Rich M has a big cheesy grin for someone grieving. No, you don't look happy to me. He doesn't look happy to me.
It's just spasms in my face muscles from crying so much.
Yeah, don't be discriminative of his face spasms. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself on YouTube when you've got face spasms of these kind. Mike Hex is sorry for your loss, Rich. Sad I think, again, I'm not up to date with my comics. I'm a little bit out of the loop, but something is clearly going on here, and it's upsetting my friend, and I do not like it. Maybe we should talk about some toys to cheer us up. So we're going to do exactly that. So, as I said, we're not going to wait around any longer. We're just going to get straight into it, people. Nice and quick here into the main topic. Let's do our top 5 Comic-Con San Diego reveals. And I say that term loosely because we're just sort of talking about the reveals from the weekend. So if we talk about a reveal that wasn't exactly from San Diego Comic-Con, it's all part of the same weekend, all right? It's a weekend of reveals no matter where they were from. So let's get into exactly that. And then at the end, we can just go a bit freestyle and go and do deep dive on some of the reveals and stuff, okay? So there's the chat. Hello, everybody. Get lost. Let's talk about some reveals. Number 5, Rich. Let's see if we can share them up. Number 5 reveal, Rich. This is your number 5. Take it away.
Dan, is that Nimrod behind you on the shelf?
It is. Is that disturbing you? Is that bothering you? That
He's like front and center, Dan. Why is he there, Dan?
get out of here, Nimrod. I'll hide him. Go on. Nimrod's out of there.
Oh, thanks. I can carry on now.
Okay, sorry about that. I was unaware. Fucking stupid Nimrod. He's gonna have to go back in a tub or something. Clearly.
Sorry, facial spasm there. Yeah. So my number 5 pick is Clea from Marvel Legends from Hasbro. This was unexpected because I think.
Oh, one sec. Hold your breath. It was unexpected. Remember, pause right there.
California Red Devil donated $4.99.
California Red Devil. What's he gonna say, Rich?
Did Marvel finally realize they had a kitty pride? Jubilee might actually be gone for 2 whole months.
California Red Devils, thank you very much for the super chat. How you doing? He says, did Marvel finally realise they had a kitty pride? Jubilee might actually be gone for a whole 2 months. Rich, now Nimrod's God, do you mind just just before we get back into Clear here, just sort of acknowledging what's been going on with Jubilee here, because the chat seemed very concerned for you. So
this week, Dan, remember when everyone voted, all the Dan Who crew voted for Jubilee in that X-Men poll, because I'm the only one who read comics, no one else does.
Yeah.
But I wanted Jubilee to win it, and everyone voted for her.
Yeah.
Well, that paid off, because the book came out, the Hellfire Gala 2023 this week.
Yeah.
And and it starts off not too bad, Dan.
Yeah.
A couple of pages in.
Yeah.
Do you know who makes the team? Can you think who would you think wins out of those characters? Who would you think would win it?
Jubilee, of course, should win it, right?
Jubilee should win it.
Yeah.
But Dan, everyone was a winner. Everyone got on the team, Dan. Everyone. What an amazing experience that was. Jubilee's on the team. Juggernaut's on the team.
It's a big team.
Frenzy, Cannonball, Sync, X-23. Oh, but hang on. Turn the page. And here comes Nimrod to kill everyone.
What? Nimrod?
And that's just like the first 6 pages, so I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it. But yeah,
that is like Game of Thrones style shit. That's like the Red Wedding.
Proper Red Wedding shit. And you'd be thinking, but those Krakoa mutants, they've got resurrections now. They can bring everyone back from the dead. But wait till you get to page 23. Wait till you get to page 23.
California Red Devil, you may need to reach page 23 to see what's going on. It may be a bit longer than 2 months. This isn't good. This isn't good for my friend's well-being. Not at all. Everyone.
I guess who the only mutant who lived and who can still travel through the gates? Guess who the only true survivor is? Guess who could it be, Dan? Who would you?
I bet it's Shadow Cat.
It's Kenny.
Fuck's sake! It's like
I'm calm. I'm perfectly calm, Dan.
If you look around your room right now and you have a Nimrod in your collection, you best quickly get it off the shelf, all right? If you want to remain friends with Rich M, all right? I'm just telling you now. Right, let's go back to trying to cheer him up. We're at number 5. You said it was very unexpected, Rich, but
very unexpected. Yeah, let's go to another live female in the Marvel universe. It is Clea. So most recently, Clea was the new Sorcerer Supreme. She took over the mantle and was like the Doctor Strange of the Marvel Universe. But she just brought back Steven, so she's gone back to being Clea. But this is Clea in her classic look. I think the leak list said it was going to be in that Doctor Strange uniform, but I am much more happier with this. I think that face is beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. Northern Nomad's going to say something about suckers. He says Rich M needs to start hand Rich M and the suckers. Rich M needs to start hand Rich M and the suckers. I don't even know if that actually makes sense. I try my best sometimes to translate what people mean, but Dave, I'm lost, my friend. Rich M needs...
Band, he said, not hand.
Rich M needs
Rich M and the
start...
Suckers should be my band.
Oh, he definitely writes hand, though. That's definitely a H there.
I am Rich M and you are my Suckers.
There we go. There you go. I'm fine with that. I agree, Rich. Very happy to have her. The face sculpt looks amazing as well. We used to deal with like the females all looking the same on our shelf. They all used to just have different hairs, but all the faces were the same. So it's nice now that we actually have a bit of everyone's unique, and I think she looks really good. And I like that we're getting some more characters for Doctor Strange as well. Like I still think we need a comic Ancient One, a comic Wong, but I will take her all day long. And again, she just appeared in the MCU as well. So again, whether you like the MCU or not, when a character appears in the MCU, it does sort of get on Marvel's radar, and it sort of can help them get a figure even in comic form, and I think that's what we've sort of seen here. So not mad at it, like this one, and worthy at number 5. One of my favourites in this wave revealed, actually, to be fair. Really, really like it. So
And what else is great about this wave, Dan, is while I'm mourning Jubilee, I've no longer got to mourn the blister cars. You were right all along, Dan. They brought them back. They brought them back. There they are.
They are.
Clearing it. And she hasn't just got extra hands. She's got a power accessory. She's got 4 accessories. Hasbro have doubled what they're putting in these packages from the earlier waves of this year.
I told you, they can't hide anymore.
Well done, Hasbro. Putting in 4 things. Well done.
I'm just so glad we get rid of the crappy tissue paper nonsense. Like, you'd open the box, you'd have to...
I felt like a drug dealer. I felt like if I was, like, sitting somewhere, opening them up, with all these, like, little bags with shit in them.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, like, really, the Marvel Legends packaging now has just been... It's not looking... It doesn't look great. It doesn't look premium. It doesn't look like it's worthy of the value that you're paying for it. And then all the accessories are wrapped up in little bags, and it's a pain in the ass. And yeah, I'm just so glad. It's just so much better. The biggest pop from the whole San Diego Comic-Con panel was when they finally said plastic packaging is back. So yeah. Finally. But I agree. It looks so much better as well. It looks like a collectible now.
Not Krista, the Crystal Warrior. Didn't that get the biggest round of applause?
No, maybe Pixel Dan was cheering. But Pixel Dan's a big fan. Don't get me wrong. Like I enjoy learning through the medium of action figures. So I have learnt more about Chris Starr in this last week. I learned how to say his name properly for starters on the stream. But I'm intrigued to see where that character ends up. Are we going to get a line of like Marvel offshoot characters, even though he has been in the 616, like you said? So, yeah. Anyway, we'll come back to Marvel Legends. Of course, it's the Dan Hugh live show, so we will be back on Marvel Legends, I'm sure. But let me take a little detour, and when I say a detour, I mean away from San Diego, because these reveals were not at San Diego, but it's fine. It's fine. It was San Diego Comic-Con weekend. But in another country, somewhere else, Mezco were putting on... No, Mafex had a toy, like, exhibition. They were showing off some new products, all right? So these were not actually at San Diego Comic-Con. Before anyone jumps in the comments, yes, I'm well aware. But they were still... appeared during San Diego Comic-Con weekend, it just in a different venue in a different country. But anyway, I wanted to talk about these because these being revealed, now we have already seen a couple of these grayscaled, but seeing the deep there in colour gives me confidence that we are actually going to see these solicited at some point. So it is the boys action figures. So from Mafex, we already have 4. We have Homelander, Billy Butcher, Black Noir, and Starlight is meant to be released at the end of this month. 31st of July she is due. So maybe Hobby Link Japan will start shipping her anytime now. So we already have 4. And now we're getting another 4 with the Deep, A-Train, Soldier Boy, and Queen Maeve. So we're going to actually have 8 characters from the boys from Mafex, which is over double what NECA managed. NECA have slowly just swept the boys under the rug as we got Black Noir, Homelander, and Starlight, and that was it. At San Diego Comic-Con 2022, they showed off an A-Train. At San Diego Comic-Con 2023, the boys were not even mentioned at all. I was hoping that one of the YouTubers would ask the question to someone that worked at NECA, just say, any boys? Is it still happening? Is the line dead? But no one seems to care. But I do. I like the boys. Season 4 is currently being filmed, so you know the hype's still there. There's a spin-off called Gen V, I believe, starting in September. Have you seen that trailer, Rich?
I know, but those YouTubers, they'd always shit at interviews with corporate people. Just shills every single one. Oh, sorry, Dan.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But I would have asked the question if I was there all the same. But so yeah, I'm very happy to see the boys figures continue. Again, it looks like the Deep is going to be next up. Rich, you're a fan of the female figures. Are you going to get Queen Maeve and Starlight? Starlight's due at the end of the month.
No, because I bought Starlight in the NECA line, so I'm kind of stuck for the NECA line now. So fingers crossed they get to Maeve. Maybe 2030.
I was in on the NECA first. I genuinely trust. I had faith. If I had to put money on which company we're going to complete the team, the 7 or the 6 at least, in figure form first, NECA or Mafex, of course we would have went NECA because of the just the consistency and. But Mafex they're on the ball at the minute. Like this year, consistently now, every month we're getting releases. There's not been as many delays. Things are hitting their release date. Like Mafex are on the ball at the minute. So I have faith right now. So I've jumped all in on the Mafex Boys bandwagon, and I hope all of these happen. Technically, Soldier Boy, Queen Maeve, and A-Train were already shown at a previous event, so we've seen them a couple of times now. I would like to see them move forward in the production process to give me more confidence. But again, hopefully we get a solicitation for the deep, and there we know where we're going. So yeah, at number 5, I just wanted to say I'm in on the Mafex Boys line, and hopefully it continues. And this reveal from this Mafex exhibition gives me confidence it will be. Thank you very much, Arvin. He says, "Hey Dan, hey Rich, loving the wig." It's not a wig. It's a veil.
It's a veil. It's a veil.
It's a veil. He's in mourning, Arvin. He's in mourning. Sad time. It's been a sad week.
You try asking has anyone got a black veil on your streets WhatsApp group and see who the looks I get tomorrow. See how.
Medicom Exhibition 2023 says Omar V. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yes, technically not at San Diego Comic Con. That's why I left them at 5, but I did want to talk about them. So let's jump to Rich's number 4. Over to you.
So this is Masterverse Evil Lyn from the classic 80s, 90s He-Man, oh, no, not He-Man, Masters of the Universe movie. This is Meg Foster, Evil Lyn. Never, ever, ever had a figure of this version of Evil Lyn before. So the fact that they even do one at all in the year 2023 is like amazing. But it just looks really, really good. I love Evil Lyn, the evilest of all Lyns that I know. And she is definitely a great looking figure. Like the Masterverse line have been doing a good job. I think the face sculpt is really good. I think all the details on it look fantastic. So I will be ecstatic to put this on my shelf of Evil Lyns.
Is that actual likeness to the actress, or is it just a vague likeness?
They kind of like, it does look like it, to be fair. But like I think Ramen Toys did like a better head sculpt for like the movie versions. But I think it looks decent for what it is. And the fact that, you know, this is like a cult movie from like years and years ago, never had a figure, is a great thing to have. So I'm happy with this.
Yeah, very nice. I always like when we get surprised, because we can all sit here and predict what Marvel Legends and stuff will be revealed. But occasionally you get a reveal you knew you wanted, but you didn't know what would happen. So it's nice to see these things pop out. So I'm assuming they've already done the movie He-Man and movie Skeletor, right?
They've done He-Man and Skeletor, yeah. Like Kyle Fox was this awful movie. How dare you, Kyle Fox? It's got Courtney Cox. Get your Cersei figure. Yeah. You can get Courtney Cox in it as well. Tom Paris from Star Trek is like the guy in it. Get your Tom Paris figure and you're sorted. Like Omar V says, great head sculpt. It is for Masterverse. I think this is a good head sculpt compared to the actress as she looked in it. It is a really good head sculpt.
Jay agrees with you. He says Master of the Universe movie is a childhood favourite, and so is the Flash Gordon. As Jay did a top 10, and Flash Gordon made an appearance on that for sure. You got any interest in Flash Gordon?
I did like the movie. I like the Queen song, and then like Brian Blessed just shouts a lot as like a big winged angel, doesn't he? And they doing a Brian Blessed figure, isn't they? They doing so I might get that. That looks like stupid enough for me. But yeah, I think I was just like, I was too young to be watching that. When you watch it now, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in it.
Weird's a good word.
But I watched that like this. I watched this movie lots as a kid. Like
you could just get away with more back then. Like the world has gone a little bit. I don't know. The culture we live in now is a little bit more sensitive. Everyone's got a voice now because of the internet. Where back in the day, you had to make a bigger deal about things to complain, but now you can start a complaining campaign very quickly.
Well, none of these movies affected me. I mean, you know, I'm here on a Thursday night, just a normal regular guy. Thursday night, normal lucky guy. You know, go in the shop and get some milk later. Just normal, just a normal day, Dan.
I completely agree. Everyone's normal. Todd McFarlane. Female action figures are fine. No serial killers here. Right.
Oh, do you see Todd? Speaking of, not on this list, but Todd finally revealed the Wonder Woman. What an amazing thing that was. Well done, Todd.
We'll come back around to it when we go for our top 5. We'll go back to just skim through some reveals from everywhere else. Okay, so okay, chap. Right, number four. So over to my number 4, and I'm going to go into the realm of G.I. Joe. So there's definitely going to be a theme with my picks because it's all the stuff that I collect. So in my head, my list is based off my fandom and what I'm looking forward to adding to my collection. So at number 4, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Vamp, and it also comes with clutch figure. That does have an Army Builder Steel Brigade sort of head there. So I like this because of more of what it represents and how it shines a light on the future of the G.I. Joe brand. So go and check out Joe's and Juice for a full breakdown with me, Tom and Mark, and Jay even joined us on that as well. But I'm just happy to see vehicles for the Joes that are not necessarily big ticket Haslab items. Like this is going to be at retail or at Pulse, wherever they put it, and it should be affordable as we hope, and it's a 2-seated vehicle for our Joe. So we know the Hiss tank is due in October. We're not going to see our Dragonfly for over a year yet. So hopefully the Vamp can turn up so the Joes have a little bit of weaponry on wheels to take out that Hiss tank. So yeah, and there's lots of customizability with this. There's different versions of the Vamp as well. So this definitely shines a positive light on more vehicles in the G.I. Joe line. The G.I. Joe line is just, it needs more vehicles. Like, we've got so many characters now, we need to expand that world with more vehicles, and yeah, now we have the Vamp. So yeah, I'm looking forward to adding it to the collection, looking forward to seeing what it looks like in model form, and I think that Emily and Lenny said they have a model of it, but they didn't show it off at San Diego, but we probably will see it at PulseCon on the 22nd of September. And there's also a toy fair the week after that as well, where they have to put on loads of product for industry people and stuff. So I don't think it'll be too long before we actually see this in its physical form. So yeah, I'm liking this. Rich, you got any interest in a vehicle for a few of your Joe ladies on the shelf?
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. It just like depends on the price. If this is like, it's got to be under $100, surely. I mean, that's what's going to swing it for me. Yeah. If it's over $100, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we made some predictions on the Joes and Juice, and Jay thinks it's going to be around about the Serpentor price, because Serpentor was a vehicle and a character, and that was about 80 quid. If it is that, I'd be quite comfortable with that price point. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love all Marvel Legends and G.I. Joes to be £10 a pop, but that's not the world we live in. So I'd be fine with that price point. But yeah, like you said, anything over £100, then they're definitely reaching, depending on how big it is, I suppose. But yeah, I think price point is definitely going to be a deciding factor for a lot of people on this one. But a vehicle in the Joe line that's not a Haslab, very much looking forward to it as well. And the future of more vehicles too. Land, sea and air, of course. So there you go. That's my number 4.
Have you got your canoe?
No canoe yet, Rich. No canoe yet. We hope. We can only hope. We can only hope and dream. But we dreamed of completing teams in the Marvel Legends line. And Justice here gets us one step closer at least. And it's not your number 3, Rich.
Is my number 3. So, you know, what do I love apart from Jubilee? I love the New Warriors, and Justice is a member of the New Warriors. Now, I know there's been some controversy with this one because they've gone with his more modern look from like fourth volume of New Warriors. Okay. And like when he was like in the Avengers Initiative, rather than his classic look, which would fit in with every other New Warrior that they've released. But this is still a good figure because it will fit in with Sam Rider version of Nova, and also you could put Kane, Scarlet Spider to build out like that 4th incarnation of the New Warriors. So yeah, I love Justice. I'm really happy with this character. I think he looks really nice. I think the cape looks good. That head sculpt looks really, really good. I wish it was pinless. It's not, but never mind. But it'd be exciting to find out where this one goes, and it's nice that literally we just need Namorita, and then we will build up the New Warriors team. That classic first team will be done. I'll still take a Turbo. I'll still take a Hindsight Lad. I'll still take more Scarlet Spiders. But getting Justice is one step closer to building out that classic version of the team. I'm
trying to find a picture of that Volume 4 team that you were just talking about.
Do New Warrior? Yeah, that one. Marcus. That's Marcus Tools art. Yeah.
So we have Kane. We've got Nova. We've got Speedball. So there's a few more there that we need from this particular version.
Yeah, I don't think we've got a chance of getting any of the other ones, but I think getting Nova to go with these again, Justice to go with Nova, Scarlet Spider, and Speedball is enough for this little version of the team. I like this run. Christopher Yost, Marcus Tor. I would definitely recommend picking this one up if you're a fan of the New Warriors. An underrated run, I think.
There you go. There's another run. I'm just trying to skim through some pictures of the team, but yeah, there are multiple incarnations of the team, so it's just nice to sort of create your own. So Marvel Boy in this sort of a classic team, I've got a picture here. This is probably what would be best, right? That would be more accurate. And then
everyone else kind of fits in, like apart from we need Namorita, but otherwise Marvel Boy is like the missing one. But I suppose they could do another version of him down the line, pack him as a 2-pack with Namorita, and that would be cool.
Do you reckon they could give us, not that it would match with the costume design, but an interchangeable head where it's the mask? So it'd be closer. It would be closer to the design, but without another. Do you know what I mean? Because it's going to be a while before we get another Marvel Boy or Justice in the line. So I think if you give us another head and we can sort of fudge it, at least. Do you know what I mean?
It would be good as well. So I mean, it's like it's kind of like Namorita and Marvel Boy, and you kind of need that red Nova as well. That would be a good figure. But keep your eyes peeled. It might be showing up sooner than you think.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk at San Diego about completing teams. And I think even in Shart's very awkward interview, the team did mention like X-Force and X-Factor. And we all know there's characters there we need filling. So they wouldn't mention these names unless they were close. So, yeah, I think, again, there's plenty more places for Marvel Legends to be revealed this year. As I keep saying, PulseCon and Toy Fair are on the way. I doubt Toy Fair is going to be the traditional old Toy Fair where they actually have a big panel like they used to. Maybe they do with less reveals, I guess. I don't know. I'm curious to see it. It's the first Toy Fair in like 2 years, isn't it? Maybe 3 years, 4 years. It's been a while anyway, so...
is it no Toy Fair? 'Cause that was the one that should have been in February and got pushed back.
Yeah.
So is there going to still be one in February next year then, or is it that they've gone to like
I don't know
September every year now?
I really don't know. I guess we'll find out more. They usually announce the next one at the end of the one that happens, don't they? So
because it's like a trade event, isn't it? To like announce what's coming out for the next 12 years. Like a lot of it is behind closed doors. It's lots of retailers go there, but it's become like more. Like fandom, more fans are interested in it. They over the years,
they allow like influencers and stuff as such to go in now, but it's not really open to the public. I think maybe it is, but it is more for, like you said, industry people to go in that own shops or licenses. They sell like companies try and sell licenses to other companies or whatever. So yeah, it's always an interesting event, and usually Marvel have a big panel. Usually back in the day, it used to be Toy Fair and San Diego Comic-Con. They were the two big events for collectors to watch loads of reveals happen. But since COVID and like the inception of Hasbro Pulse, a lot of companies, not just Hasbro, now you release stuff online regularly and do their own live streams and stuff like that. So it has changed the landscape of the toy world. So that's why I'm curious of this Toy Fair, because I'm just curious of how they actually go about presenting at this one. Like, is it just Hasbro in general? Do each team get their own thing like they used to? I don't know. So I guess we'll find out soon. It's happening at the end of September. But yeah, I'm curious. Very, very curious.
Do you think as well with PulseCon so near that it's going to be like not? Is that why PulseCon's only one day, because they just can't reveal as much because they've got to keep it back from it?
But usually the reason, like you said, Toy Fair's in February is because they basically announce what the year's slate's going to be. So they announce what's in Q4 at the start of Q1, where obviously they try and keep everything a little bit closer to the chest here. So that's why it's awkward, Toy Fair being in the start of October, because there's no point showing us what's coming out in Q4, because a lot of that stuff probably would have already been shown. So it's going to be, Toy Fair is going to be showing us what's coming next year, I think. So there is potential for PulseCon to show us like a Q4 wave in Marvel. Just talking Marvel Legends, for example. Maybe PulseCon, they show us a Q4 wave. And then Toy Fair, they actually show us things that are coming next year, like all that Wolverine stuff we've heard about, do you know? So again, not longer before we find out, but curious what the chat thinks as well. I will come back to the chat, but over to my number 3. I've gone for Giant Krang. Now if you remember the first season of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the late 80s, it was only like 5 or 6 episodes. The first season was like a mini series type thing where all the episodes connected and it was like a mini little movie type thing. It ends with a giant Krang walking around New York City and the turtle blimps involved and everything. And like ever since I was a kid, I'd always thought that would be an epic display. Never ever thought it would happen. But now, Rich, thanks to the re-release of the retro blimp, I'd love NECA to do a blimp, but I don't know if they ever will. But I have a blimp, is my point. And now I have a giant Krang. My mind's eye of Krang as well. It took us a while. And until NECA actually released Krang like last year or the year prior, we haven't had an Android Krang in the animated look for so long. And now we can have a big, massive one. And as you can see, people, he is bigger than the actual diorama. And if you've got one of those dioramas, they are no slouch. They are massive as it is. So the fact that he is taller than that means he is going to stand out in the collection. Newly sculpted as well, so it's not just like a scaled up version of the one we've got. He's going to be able to hold the turtles as well. He has gripping hands. Krang can actually come out of that body. So yeah, I just think this is going to be a display piece. I love world building. I have one of those street dioramas, so absolutely Krang will stand next to mine. Maybe grabbing a turtle. Not Donatello though. He's too wise. He wouldn't get grabbed. Probably Raphael being dangling upside down. He's too reckless, that one. So yeah, this is just one I didn't expect to see. But I guess if we really thought about it, it was pretty obvious it was coming, considering that they do the quarter scale stuff anyway. So yeah, like, me and Tanner broke it down in a lot more detail on Turtles and T. So please go and check out the replay for Turtles and T for 2 hours of me and Tanner recapping every single turtle reveal. And I may have more turtles to talk about. But Rich, do you remember? I never really talked to you much about turtles as such, but you do have a little bit of turtle NECA stuff.
Yeah. I remember the turtle. I remember the miniseries. I remember Giant Krang. So I think this looks great. Like, so Krang, you can pull out of his belly as well.
Yeah, he comes out. Yeah.
So you could store things. Like, you could store 3 years of Marvel Legends accessories in that. You'd have enough room with it.
Absolutely, probably more than 3 years. The little amount of accessories we're getting in a minute. But yeah, Krang comes out because he can just be a giant brain on your floor. But yeah,
has he got the little, like, the walker to go with him?
Oh, interesting. No, they've not mentioned that. I doubt it, to be fair, because the walker was never in that scale. But
right.
But the walker you didn't you get Donatello and the walker?
Yeah, I got the walker. I can't see because of these glasses, but it's here somewhere.
Yeah, no, they've done the walker in the little scale, but yeah, the walker's not needed in this scale. It wouldn't be too inaccurate. But Krang being this big is definitely too inaccurate. So giant Krang, just for the like, I didn't expect to see this. It wasn't even on my wish list because I just think you didn't even know it was on their radar. But yes, it makes complete sense, and it's going to be an epic display piece, absolutely. So yeah, if you've got the real estate to start building out this sort of NECA diorama, especially with the turtle layer coming as well, that connects directly underneath the street diorama, and it also has a piece of the street as well. So like, you're genuinely building now a modular display for these Toon Turtles, which is mind-blowing. It's the type of stuff that I was doing as a kid in Playmates form with like the turtle sewer that had like the swing from the electric pole and like the piping and stuff like that. So I was doing it as a kid, and now I can do it as an adult, but Toon accurate. So very, very excited to see where this goes. So we have been told that the NECA Dio is due for pre-order in August, and it's going to be 250 quid, which is not cheap, but I am curious to see what it comes with. Hopefully they pack that thing out of accessories, but it will make for an epic display piece. And as I tell you all the time, that's what it's about for me. It's all about world building and creating a little portal into the things I love on my shelf in physical form. So yeah, I'm happy with this. But Giant Krang tempt you, Rich?
I mean, it's not what I need. I like it. I look at it from afar, but it's not what I need for my shelf. I don't think I would have any room for him. But he does look great, and I think if you're a Turtles fan, it is a good figure to get. Yeah,
no, it looks epic. So yeah, looking very good. Tanner's in the chat. Clearly he agrees with me. Go and watch Turtles and T, people. Replay on the channel now. Check out the podcast playlist. Right, number 2, Rich.
Oh, it's the superest of all boys. It is Superboy from Mafex. Now, as you know, I haven't been all in on the Mafex. I've only been getting the girls. But I did get Nightwing the other week. And then see this one, I was like, oh, I need this. And then today, I think, I don't know, accidentally in my post,
accidentally
turned up Steel. I don't know how we got there. There's £90 missing from my bank account, but there we go. We've got Steel.
I reckon that was vodka induced Rich, I think.
So I'm thinking now I need to go, like, I think Mafex needs to become my DC line. I think that's where I'm going with it. Because if they carry on with the Hush characters, they've got to do Tim Drake Robin at some point. So that's 2 members of Young Justice down. And then they got more chance to doing Wonder Girl, The Secret, and Arrowhead than Todd McFarlane ever have. So I think I'm going to be like, yeah, look at him. Look at the Scarecrow, looks good as well, doesn't he? And the Eradicator. I think I might be going all in on the Mafex line. There you go, Alexi. They got me in the end. They got me. I'm here.
Your boy's got toys.
I still think the X-Men figures look like shit, but I will be getting the DC ones.
These pictures are actually just from Your Boys Got Toys display case. Like, this is him showing off the upcoming Mafex figures. Yeah, like, me and Jay talked about this on Jay's little live stream on Friday night. Go and watch that as well on Jay's channel, where we barely scratched the surface on reveals. But we were talking about DC and how I've always wanted that Marvel Legends equivalent to DC. And like Mafex are a step up from Marvel Legends. Let's be honest, they're an import, better articulated.
Whoa! Let's wind this in 2 seconds now.
Okay.
Have we got the Phoenix? Have we got the Phoenix that they announced?
I can find a picture of the Phoenix. Okay.
Let's have a look at that. Let's look at the accessories that a $90 Phoenix comes with, and then let's say that about Marvel Legends again.
Okay.
Because I thought this reveal was utterly shit. Didn't have a Phoenix effect. Doesn't have any fire with it. Looks and the face is like still plain Jean Grey. Jean Grey is like the most beautiful of all X-Men who are not Monet or Jubilee. But it's a plain Jean. Look at that face. She looks rough as a dog.
To be fair, I wasn't really thinking. This one wasn't even in my thought process because this is new, isn't it? This came out this coming week. So okay, this one's not even on my radar yet. But yeah, I guess you're absolutely right. I'm only going for the Jim Lee outfits, and I know this is technically still Jim Lee outfit, but I've already got my Jean Grey. I don't need a Phoenix, if you know what I mean. I'm not multiplayer on my characters. I didn't need the ground suit Wolverine because I had the Tiger Stripe one, so I don't need an alternative version of Jean Grey. So in my mind, this isn't part of my philosophy. But you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's.
Like what does she come with? Have we got the packaging? There's no Phoenix effect, no nothing. She comes with a bunch of hands and some ugly faces. Like
there's
you want to moan about Marvel Legends? Like this, I think they are. Like, I think they're doing a shit job. Mafex are with the X-Men figures. I think all the girls are ugly, and I am not in on it. There we go. I said it.
Okay. Well, Rich said it, and again, not wrong at all, right? But back to DC. When it comes to DC.
DC, I want anything.
This is what I'm saying. So DC, so far so good. But to be fair, their comparison bar they have to compare is Todd McFarlane, and I do think the bar is a lot lower for DC to beat, I'm afraid. But I completely agree with you. We were speaking about the world building aspect. For me, I want a representation of all these characters. And at first, Mafex only showed off Batman and Superman, which I brought. But now they're getting deep. You're getting characters. You're creating a display now. Like, yeah, like you said, like. Hero Collections in the chat, which is Brandon. He's confused of what's going on. Catch up, Brandon. Catch up. Rewind.
Doesn't read any of the messages in the chat that we've been talking about for the last week, does he? He just ignores me. I'm just there. I'm just gravy on the side.
You're just exposing yourself, Brandon. But anyway, right, back to Marvel Boy. So yeah, Marvel Boy. Superboy. Sorry. So yeah, anyway, I agree with you. DC Mafex stuff is on fire at the minute. You're creating a world now. They're getting deeper with the Hush line. The Scarecrow looks great. The Riddler looks great. I always say Spider-Man's got the best rogues gallery for Marvel, and Batman's got the best rogues gallery for DC. So if I can get all these different characters in scale, all in the same sort of art style as well, which is what we're getting here with Mafex. Again, I told you, I need to backtrack, but it's scary trying to backtrack these figures. So God help you. Who do you need to get?
So the big ones I'm going to need to go and get is a Superman and a Batman. They're going to be the hardest. Unless I want, like, the parachuting Batman.
Nobody wants that.
The A jumping one with the things on.
Nobody wants that apart from Tanner. That's Tanner's pride and joy. If Tanner had a mascot for his channel, it would be that Batman. But I think Superman did get a re-release, and the version 2 was a little bit better. So he may be accessible. And then Batman had the 2 versions too, but I haven't looked in a while.
The thing that I like with them is that they focus in like specific eras. So it was Batman. They do like all Hash and building out like all the characters from there. And it's like they do like the death of Superman, the rise of all the different Supermen. Like they're building out that line. But now they're also starting Nightfall with Batman. So hopefully, if they did a Nightfall Batman, I could get that.
They have. He is.
Oh, they have. They've done a Nightfall.
Yeah, he's up for pre-order now.
Oh, I will be ordering that. There we go. That's my Batman sorted. And surely they're going to get to the Justice League at some point and build those, like, the 7 main members of the Justice League out. That'll be cool.
Mafex, Nightfall, Batman. Very confident they have. Yes, they have. We went up for pre-order similar time to Bane, but there he is.
That looks nice. I like that one. I will get that. I'll get that one. There we go. My Batman sorted.
Yeah, so there's your Nightfall Batman. He's up for pre-order right now for Mafex. Oh, and look, you get best of both worlds because he also comes with a little breather there.
There we go.
Little kazoo.
2 at once.
So you don't even need to buy Tanner's figure now. You got your own.
Tanner have to get 2 of these, won't he, Tanner?
Tanner's in on this. Tanner didn't even realise this came with that accessory. We have just convinced Tanner to spend another 80 quid. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, DC, Mafex seems to be the way to go. But again, some people are liking McFarlane at the minute. But so each to their own. We will come back to discuss McFarlane because there were some interesting reveals from him as well. But let's keep going here. So Rich is number 2. So let's go back to my list. Let's go to my number 2, which is Peter Parker. So, of course, we've been speculating for ages on this channel what the last VHS box set is going to be. Now, I was predicting it was going to be Peter Parker and Chameleon, even though secretly, deep down, Rich, I never actually wanted it to be Peter Parker and Chameleon because I wanted Chameleon on the retro card. So, at first, I seen this reveal. I was happy, and then I was sad that it wasn't Chameleon. But then I was happy again because of the potential of Chameleon on a retro card. So my emotions during this reveal were up and down, but I am very happy. This is my mind's eye of Peter Parker, and I tell you about this all the time. It's about world building. It's about having that characters represented on the shelf in my mind's eye form. And for me, this will forever be my Peter Parker. When I read comics now and I read Peter Parker in the comics, I hear the voice from the animated show. Like, that is my Peter Parker from the 90s animated show. And I think they've done a great job here representing that in plastic. A completely pinless Marvel legend. He only has the single jointed elbows, to be fair. But I don't need my Peter Parker to be massively articulated because we saved that for Spider-Man. I just need my Peter Parker to stand there and look like he did on the animated show next to Mary Jane and next to Aunt May, who are all super animated accurate now. No stupid cell shading or any gimmicks like that. So of course you could still fudge them into a comic display if you wanted to. And they also went for probably my preferred look as well with the salmon shirt, the salmon t-shirt. Yeah, no, I like the polo. But if I genuinely had to pick between the polo or this, I think this one he wore more in the animated show. Like, again, I don't know the statistics on that, and I don't think anyone could even verify the statistics on that. But I would say he probably wore this more in the animated show. If I'm wrong, the chat can tell me, but I'm pretty confident. It's close, probably, but I'm happy with it, is what I'm saying, Rich. And I think their face sculpt is really good because they've never really done an animated Peter Parker. But looking at that, in 3D form, it's a little bit weird seeing it at first because we're used to seeing it as a 2D animation, but brought into the 3D world, I think that's pretty good. Like the hair sculpt and the face and the structure. It's good, right?
Yeah, spider sense is tingling, isn't it? Right for there.
It is indeed. I was waiting for the chat to shout at me that I'm wrong, but so far so good. Daniel Les says, yeah, so excited for Dan and myself to finally get the animated series Peter. So, of course, Smythe is also part of this pack. Completely new, completely pinless. He looks great. First time we're getting him in the sort of 6-inch Legends line. But the highlight for me was getting Peter Parker. They could have packed anyone in with this guy, and I would have brought the set anyway just to add him to the collection. I'd have got a Peter Parker 2-pack with a interchangeable torso to put on the other shirt. I would have done that as well.
And just want all the Peters, Dan, don't it? All the 6-inch Peters in your room.
Peter Piper picked peppers. There you go. I can do it. But yes, all the Peters, please. Mini Plastic Multiverse said he wore this season 2 onwards, I think. So yeah, I guess. And there was like 5 seasons, right, in total, with about 20 episodes in each one. So he would have wore this a lot. Phil Jones says he wore the polo shirt 65% of the time. Phil Jones is talking out of his ass. He's like just trying to throw statistics in this chat. Because when you throw statistics around, 90% of the time you look more clever than you are. But they're just statistics. They're a trick to the brain. So I think Phil Jones has made that up. I'm not going to lie to you. Because technically, Phil, he only wore the polo shirt 35% of the time. So I don't know where you got. Who's your source? Who's your source? Paul McCarthy says thipping hands. He does come with swipping hands, I think. There are some interchangeable hands for him. But again, it doesn't really matter too much. There he is. So, yeah, he comes with swipping hands. But
statistics are right sometimes. Like there is only 80% pork in a Greg sausage roll.
Do you know what?
That's the truth.
That's a true statistic, if there's any. That's the gold standard statistic. 18% pork in a Greg sausage roll.
But 100% joy, 100%.
And if you're wondering what we're on about, become a channel member and join the inner circle, you bastards, all right? And then you'll be in on all this nonsense. because that's what it's like. The inner circle is all about nonsense. All right.
Oh, I thought Jay's Toy Collection had bought me a Mafex Batman then, but he just sent me a link. Thanks, Jay. Anyway.
Okay, so we're getting to number 1 now. So let's move to number 1. Collecting Rush says, Dan, in truth, probably would have preferred the symbiote villain civilian clothes of jeans and a black shirt. No, I'm good. I'm good with what we got. Are you saying that's what you would have preferred or what I would have preferred? I'm good with what we got. I'm happy. And talking about being happy, Rich may be mourning today, but he is very happy about this reveal. This is his favorite reveal from the San Diego Comic-Con weekend, whether they happened at San Diego or not. This one definitely did.
Oh, Dan, Morning has brought
Hey!
Hey!
We cheered him up. We had to break it all the way down to number 1, but we broke Rich finally. He's got a smile on his face. The spasms have stopped.
That's all I needed was a British woman in a leotard, and all my dreams have come true. This is Jada Toys' Cammy. Like, I knew they would get to Cammy at some point because they said they were going to make everyone from Super Street Fighter 2. But Cammy this early, she's going to be, I think, in the 3rd wave. And she looks great. Look at that. Look at her with the pigtails. That face sculpt looks amazing. Like all the other Jada Toys have come with like alternate heads. So fingers crossed she's going to get an alternate head. And they've gone for her leotard look that you can't use at Evo because you can't show ass crack. But they can get it in figure form, you know. They are not afraid of a bit of ass. They're not the Hasbro team. They make the ladies look like ladies. And this figure looks amazing. I am really excited to get this. Obviously, I think the big exclusive that everyone wanted at the show was the Jada Toys Evil Ryu, which sold out in
every
like
day.
seconds.
Every day it sold out,
And even it went online, the pre-order sold out everywhere. But you can pre-order it now for delivery in October. So that's cool. And shout out to Cloud and to Phil Jones who like helped me get an order in because I was struggling with it. I couldn't get it to work. He locked me out and everything. Because I'm a British person. But thanks to Phil, I finally got one. And thanks to Cloud as well for trying to help as well. And fuck the rest of you, didn't help me at all. Fuck you all.
Yeah,
but yeah, I really can't. I haven't got any of these in hand. I think people have started to get Ryu and Fei Long have started shipping. Chun-Li should be along soon, but I cannot wait to get this one. This figure looks amazing. Like I've got my shelf of like Street Fighter ladies, but with this line, I'm getting all of them. I'm going all in on this line. I think it's affordable. I think they look great. I think Jada Toys have done like a really good job with them. And then even the Mega Man figures looks good. And even the like Cyberpunk figures they announced, I've got like, I don't even know where that's from. Never seen it. But they look really, really good. Like the woman's there like smoking a cigarette. Yeah. I will be getting that figure. It looks great as well. So yeah, I think for the highlight for me was seeing these, and hopefully Jada Toys will expand out like next year into like more properties. I'd love to see them do like all the Capcom lines, like Resident Evil, Darkstalkers, the Dino one, Breath of Fire. Do anything you want, but I will buy it. But yeah, these look really good.
Yeah, I'll find a picture of the whole shelf. And what surprised me about Jada is that, do you know, like other setups and other panels and other booths, they had like dioramas showing off their products and all that. Jada were like, fuck all that. We just put the figures on a plain white shelf. We don't even need any risers. Just put them there, front row. That's all we need. And that's all they did. Like, they could have built, like, I'm not saying they shouldn't have, but they could have built like a sick diorama here with them fighting in Street Fighter form. But they're like, we don't need to do that. People are going to love this anyway. And it's just a row of the what is it, 10 characters, 10 unique characters. So they have already beat out, what was it? Who's the other people that do Street Fighter stuff? That other company? Storm Collectibles.
Storm Collectibles, yeah.
So, like, within one showing, they have already, like, probably outpaced Storm Collectibles have in the last 5 years. So, yeah, people may be jumping off that bandwagon and getting on board with Jada. So, they're slowly arriving to the UK. I have got the first wave on pre-order in a few different spots, but nothing in hand yet. But I've seen some of our fellow UK guys get them. So, yeah. Have you got any of the first wave yet at all?
No, I've got everything pre-ordered, but I think mine are with Star Action figures.
Yeah, same.
I haven't shipped them out yet, but as soon as I get them, they'll be great.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, I'm waiting to get these in hand for myself. I keep seeing everyone saying amazing things, but I just want to get my hands on. But I do like this line so far. And again, it's in a scale that I appreciate as well. So, yeah, they look great. I'll find some pictures of the rest of the crew, but Cammy is Rich's number one. And if you've been paying attention to the channel this weekend, you could probably predict my number one. Does anyone want to guess what my number one is before I move on here? Do you want to guess? Anyone guessing what my number one is? I'll give you a clue.
Well, it can't be a gate because that didn't fun, can it? Oh!
Can I borrow your veil?
Trying to borrow my veil.
I'll borrow your veil. Yeah. The Jurassic Park gate.
It's been a hard week for us all.
I'm not surprised. I didn't even back the gate, so like I'm not surprised. Like, I wanted the gate and I didn't back the gate because like I didn't want to pay that price for what they were offering. But like I'd want the gate, so try again, Mattel. Try again. Kurt K says, is it a ghost? Ooh, it's the only ghost I know about.
Have you ever seen an episode of Rebels?
Never in my life.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it.
Is there a ghost on the ghost? That's why it's called the ghost.
Yeah, that's they will.
No, but I mean, like, is it a haunted ship? So it's called the ghost.
No, it's not a haunted ship. No.
Thought I'd ask. No, I've never seen Rebels. I've never seen Rebels. Me and Brandon made a deal where I watched Clone Wars, the movie, where it had like the little baby Jabba the Hutt, and that was the like Ahsoka, but when she was younger, the Padawan Ahsoka. So see, I did watch Brandon. I did watch. Ask him a fact about Ghostbusters. I bet he wouldn't even be able to name one of the fucking characters. I mean, I made him watch that. So I retain information. So yeah, me and Brandon made that deal. He watched Ghostbusters. I watched Clone Wars, the movie, but it didn't. And I think I watched one episode of Bad Batch, yeah, maybe. I think I did. No, I watched the episode of the Clone Wars that had the Bad Batch in it.
Oh, the set of the map. There was
where they were looking for Echo.
Thing.
I think they were looking for Echo. Is it? Was they looking for Echo? Am I making that up?
Yeah.
See, I did watch these things, people, alright? See, I do tell the truth 90% of the time. People are guessing in the chat, my number one, Hippo, Blade, Wolverine, Blade. No, if a Hippo was revealed, you're guaranteed it would be number one. It wasn't revealed, though, unfortunately. Maybe next year. There is always San Diego. I've still got PulseCon, still got Toy Fair. That's a big reveal for Toy Fair. Going to make the big bucks they are at the Toy Fair. A lot of people are guessing it right, so I'm not going to waste any time. It is, of course, the Punk Turtles. Now, people ask me this all the time. What do I love more, Turtles or Marvel? Now, they are par for par, but occasionally Marvel's ahead, occasionally Turtles are ahead, but they are both super nostalgic properties to me, especially when you're talking about the animated sort of Marvel realm. I've grew to appreciate the vaster landscape of the Marvel universe the older I got, but when it comes to nostalgic attachment, it is all about the animated shows I grew up watching, and Turtles is number one. Like, I used to have, before I'd ever seen the animated shows for the Marvel stuff, because they didn't come out until the mid-90s, these were out from the early 80s. So I was literally, these are the earliest cartoons I remember watching. I had Turtles bedspread, Turtle wallpaper, like, Turtles are my thing. And the Punk Turtles, I remember, because you remember Pacific episodes, right, Rich? The ones that you had on VHS. And I had the VHS where Usagi Yojimbo, like, comes through the portal and they find Usagi for the first time. So, like, that's why I've always loved Usagi from that episode. And the Turtles are wearing their punk outfits in that episode quite a lot. And obviously they pop up sporadically throughout the series as well. Each time they're a little bit different, but they've got the jackets on, they've got the shoes on, they've got the glasses on. So clearly, you don't even realise they're a turtle when they're wearing this attire, because you're like, Turtles wouldn't walk around the streets wearing this attire. It's clearly just a big, ugly green guy that everyone was too polite in New York to point out. But I don't care. I want them in figure form. And they waited until basically Saturday night. I think Pixel Dan got the exclusive reveal on these. But these are coming as a 4-pack at the end of the year, probably the start of 2024. They do have all new heads, because those glasses are going to be glued on there, but those heads will pop off, so you could put the previous heads on there. All the other Turtles are getting a single re-release as well in Ultimate form, so you've got plenty of opportunities to get some Turtles in your collection. They're all wearing trainers as well, sneakers if you're in the US. Did the Americans ever call them trainers? They don't, do they? Call them sneakers. They're wearing trainers, sneakers as well, and they come with grocery bags and more little Easter eggs. Again, it's all about nostalgia for me, having that nostalgia represented in plastic, and Turtles are up there. This is what I wanted to see at San Diego. Like, if people were asking me what was your most wanted thing to see, I wanted to see the Punk Turtles, and they were seen. So they have to be my number one. So Punk Turtles at number one. Rich, do you remember these from the show? Having any fond attachments to these looks?
I remember thinking they don't really look that punk. They look like a 90s boy band.
Yeah, they're not. That's the funny thing. They're not really punk. There is an episode where they're in the UK, they're in London, and they've all got like spiky punk hair. Do you know?
Yeah.
So there is. So I think the name comes from like that iteration of them. And Trevor said in his interview with Pixel Dan that those heads that are in that particular episode where they've got the spiky punk hair are in this pack. So they are.
So
they are
can get
technically.
punk.
Yeah, they are technically punk. So, but you're right. Most of the time they did dress like this.
Donatello looks like blooming Lara Croft when she goes to like a snow adventure. That's what he looks like.
Yeah. When on Turtles and Tea, I referred to it as a Blazing Squad jacket, but then no one in
crossroads.
Yeah, no one in the US would get that reference at all.
Flip reverse it, Dan. Flip reverse that reference.
Love on the line, mate. Love on the line. Love on the line. I'm not even joking. I used to like Blazing Squad. What a fucking loser. I'm going to have to quit YouTube now. I admitted that, and I. Fuck's sake. Well, I'm going to clip that out.
Who's your favourite member of Blazing Squad?
People used to say I look like Kenzie, which used to annoy the shit out of me because I never used to like the guy. But he went on Big Brother, didn't he? So like he got quite a lot of popularity. So like I got that a lot as a teenager, and I fucking hated it. And they had one called Strider, and like my Amanda's dog was called Strider at the time, so I always remember that. Anyway, we're not talking about fucking Blazing Squad on this fucking show. Me and Rich will do a separate Inner Circle for that Blazing Squad first album breakdown. But anyway,
Squad and Bleach coming soon.
Yeah, because we just end it there and then. Right, Punk Turtles, they're my number one. Kurt K says, I come here for all my 3.75 Star Wars news and info and chat, yet no one mentioned in your top 5. Bloody hell, can I at least get some bearded Daredevil love? Yeah, I'm sorry. Since Brandon left the show, unless they show a brand new Princess Leia, you're not really going to get any Star Wars.
They didn't show one Princess Leia, did they?
They did.
They lost me.
Yeah, no Leia's been added to that cube. So yeah. Sorry, I do feel bad, Kurt, but we're not we're not the guy. We're not the YouTube guys for Star Wars talk. I'm afraid there's got to be other YouTubers that do just Star Wars stuff, right? There's loads of them. Got to be loads of them. Are they as fun as us? Probably not. No. Nah. 80%. Probably not. Let's have a look. There is some Marvel Legends reveals, right? Let's go. Okay, well, that was our top 5 people, all right? I'll make a little poll. Who had the better?
Oh, I caught glimpse of my T-shirt there, Dan. I feel sad again.
Oh, don't do it to yourself. There you go. I felt like we needed a poll, so there's a poll, all right? Just for ego. Okay, so these are the real. Let's see if we can get a Star Wars one just for Kurt. All right, let's try our best to talk through some Star Wars. So I'm on a Toy Arc. Dan, who live streams are sponsored by Toy Arc, if you didn't know. I swear you can jump to Star Wars news. Yes, they can. And where is it? There it is. The Ghost, the haunted ship from the War of the Stars. What's Big Will saying? Big Will says
X-Men 97 wave with his my top 5 minus the storm.
Ah, okay, wow. There's a caveat to your top 5 there. That's a good pick. It's a good pick, but didn't quite make my top 5. Mainly because the stuff I picked in my top 5 was stuff that I'm adding to my collection, like stuff I didn't have in my collection. Where if I stop collecting Marvel Legends right now, I have a representation of the Jim Lee animated looks on my shelf. So, like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to get them, of course I am. But the other things in my top 5 were stuff that I don't have in my collection and stuff I'm excited to add rather than just upgrade. Because I feel like quite a lot, so as much as I love Legends, a lot of the time you are just upgrading figures at this point. So,
what was your number 1 pick again?
Turtles, but in a different look, Rich.
Oh yeah, different look, different jackets.
Did you not see the jackets?
They got new hats.
I know, I'm an idiot. Anyway, right. Haslab, the Ghost. There you go. I didn't watch the panel. I have not read the Haslab page. I cannot give you any insight. Green, Slug Woman.
Shit. That's Hera. Her name is Hera.
Of course it is. Testing ya. There's guy with Squirrel. That looks like an Eevee. It looks like a really shitty Pokemon Eevee in white.
Is that Ezra? I think that's Ezra. I can't see the writing on it.
Okay, so that's weird Pokemon guy. But that's his. Is that like a Pokemon trainer? And he's picked his first Pokemon, and he's been sent off to Pallet Town to battle in space.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fair enough. This guy is
Cannon.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, Cannon is a big character. He's the mechanic. No, he's not. He's like the Derek Acora of the Ghost Ship. He 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 speaks to the spirits. So he has a
Eric and Cora of all the names you could have pulled out.
I'm sorry. That's the only one I could think of. I used to watch Most Haunted all the time. I was thinking Ghost. But he has a spiritual guide called Sam that helps him speak to the ghost of the ghost ship. That's who that guy is. And then this is the actual ghost on the ship that is only in ghost form. So they're being exclusive. If the Haslab gets backed fully and all the tiers get unlocked, you will get this in like a spirit ghost form, translucent plastic for your ghost ship. Okay, so backers are in now. It's £400 plus.
It's just shot up 1,000 backers after that description. I think that was good.
I'm so sorry, Star Wars fans. I'm so
Greg
sorry.
Greg Fenstead in the chat says the ghost is the ghost because it can change its ship registration at will. So it's a ghost ship.
Ah, so it's like a criminal ship.
Yeah, it's like changing your number plates when you go through a speeding ticket. You don't get a speeding ticket.
Do you ever wish? I do wish that sometimes I had a James Bond car. Do you know, like when you drive, some idiot speeds past you and you're like, you wish I had like a button that would just shoot a fucking missile at them? Or do you know, like you get in front of someone, it's behind you, it's the guy behind you's like up your ass being a dickhead. You wish you had a button that drops those like spikes on them and stuff like that, and you just see them in your rear view mirror spinning out of control. That's just
do an emergency stop, Dad, and then watch as the McDonald's flies everywhere. Just drive off casually.
Yeah, and but saying that, I wish I had when you're approaching crappy speed cameras, then and like they're so unnecessary. You just had a button where your license plate would spin around to someone else's, your worst enemies. You'd have to have the same car as your worst enemy for that to technically work, but it could work. Anyway, Ghost, do you actually have anything relevant to add? Because obviously I'm just pissing off Star Wars fans at this point. Kurt K's already gone. He's good.
I think it looks really good. I think it looks accurate to what's on the TV show. I like that it's got like the gunner pair. I like that you can fit them all in there. Like it doesn't. There's like one more member of the Rebels crew though, in the female Mandalorian girl.
Oh yes. Yes.
So they haven't
Sabine,
yeah.
right? See,
so they haven't
I fucking do know something. Know something.
Well done, Dad. You know one of them. Yeah. So they like maybe that will be an add-on tier because it seems like you need the 5 of them, don't you, to build up the crew? I think.
Yeah, I swear I've seen her. Maybe they're releasing her separately or something, but I don't know. There it is in its physical form. It looks mahoosive. It looked crowded, like so many people crowded around it. It looks like a horde of zombies trying to attack this thing. Look at all those different camera angles we're going to have. That guy in front isn't even taking a picture of the ghost. He's actually just taking a picture of the woman that works for Star Wars. This guy is sneakily got a crush on this woman here, and he's disguising it with his love.
You find that?
And he's disguising it with his love. He's like, I'm going to pretend, everyone's got their phone out, I'm going to sneakily, that is discrimination. She can sue him right now. Yeah, these people are taking pictures of the ghost. Look, you can see the ghost, not a problem. This guy, not a ghost in shite. We see you. Whose hands are those? Hands up. Who was it? Wasn't me and Rich, we weren't there. Daniel S says, X-Men 97, Marvel Knights Wave, and the Star Wars Vintage. Bravo. I think he's happy with those, for sure. Shall we have it? This has backed, right? If we go to Hasbro Pulse, this is backed. This is done.
Yeah.
This is happening. There's Zach. So this is... Yeah, it's backed with 41 days still remaining. It's 8,726. So, yeah, clearly a popular. And the price is 500 UK pounds. So that's probably the most expensive Haslab in the UK so far. Maybe Unicron was about that price point. Maybe, but that was a few years ago. Is it the most expensive UK Haslab so far?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe. Yeah, let me know in the chat if it was. And Sabine has been announced separately. See, I knew that already, Kurt K. You come to me for the facts, okay? You only come here for the Star Wars facts. And I gave you a fact. City Rider says, I've got to do a couple more lap dances till I can afford this. You keep working, my friends.
Oh, tell me about it.
You keep working. You keep working it. Okay. Let's go back to this list. So, In regards to reveals, was there anything else that we haven't mentioned that's worth a conversation here?
We should talk about the McFarlane reveals because
Okay.
they showed some much wanted figures and a couple of surprises as well.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Even though I'm now like just buying Mafex figures, so Mafex, if you're out there and looking for someone who hasn't even got a YouTube channel, hit me up. I'll start one.
Just reactivate the previous ones. McFarlane. Let's have a look. See what we can find. Okay, these are them, right?
That one.
So they didn't actually show these in physical form. That's annoying.
No, it just renders. But look at that.
Are you in?
Batman.
You in?
Oh, completely. Alicia Silverstone, Uma Thurman, Crystal Darnell, George Clooney, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, all in one wave. You sign me up, I will take all of them.
What's the Build-A-Figure?
I think this thing. Mr. Freeze is the Build-A-Figure, isn't he?
I don't know. I'm asking the question. I don't know.
I think so. Is that another Build-A-Figure? That's what I assumed.
Bane could be a Build-A-Figure.
No, it could be, yeah. There's usually 4, though, in a McFarlane.
You're right,
wave,
you're
isn't
right.
there?
Yeah, you're right. Does it, someone actually know? Someone in the chat probably actually listened to this panel. Does anyone know? Because I'm full of the facts this evening. I told you, 50% of the time I'm right. Your boy's got a toy says it's the end of the stream for me, boys. See you on Sunday, Alexi. See you on Sunday. He's joining us for Legend of the Liquor, so we're seeing them. I'm sure he's excited to talk about these McFarlane toys as well. They're being Alexi's top 3. The Star Wars. Greg says the Star Wars facts from Dan is like listening to. I can't even say that word. To get facts in X-Men animated series.
Genosha, the island.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't pronounce the word. I'm dyslexic. I don't know what that word said. It's not a word I read regularly, is it? I can't read that. Jimmy Boy says was hoping Mondo revealed another X-Men team member. Oh yeah, they didn't. They did. They didn't reveal an X-Men team member. They revealed
Omega Red.
Omega Red. Yeah, I was also hoping to see a Beast in Mondo form, but I'm maybe not seeing that save my wallet a few as well. But tempting. I do again. I keep telling you that Mondo line is very, very tempting for me. It does look very, very good. You've not got Wolverine, have you? You're not getting any more. You're just getting Jubilee.
Just Jubilee, that is it. So I got to limit myself because I do think they all look really, really good. And especially when they showed Sabretooth and that civilian Wolverine, I was like, oh, they do look good. But I think I can't. I've gone on the Mafex train now, the DC Mafex train, destination, me. Like, that's it. I can't go on another line, Dan. That's it. One line. Yeah,
it's an expensive one as well. Big Will says that Mr. Freezer is the Build-A-Figure. So does Antonio. So yeah, okay, you were absolutely right. So there's the way for that one. George Clooney is coming out in the 6-pack as well with all the live-action Batman. Now, I think that's a pretty cool 6-pack. The same way we got in Marvel Legends, we got the pack of all 3 of the live-action Spider-Man. It's just the McFarlane version of that. It's just a shame that it's McFarlane that's doing it because just not my favourite action figures. But they do some good ones. I've got some. I've got Bane here. I've got loads. There's Bane. Look, I keep reminding you, I do have McFarlane stuff. Look, there's a whole shelf. No lights on this shelf. I don't like it that much. But I do have a whole shelf. Still waiting for my classic Wonder Woman. And Rich, if we scroll past these a second, there she is.
Hey, finally! Only took him 5 years? Well done.
Right, me and Jay were panicking about this, Rich. Maybe you can help clear us up. Are these NFTs, or is this actually going to be an action figure?
No, it's an action figure, but it comes with an NFT for a Build-A-Starro NFT.
That is ridiculous.
However that works, but yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I'm just happy to get a Wonder Woman. I don't care what she comes with.
Can I have your NFT?
Yeah, you can have my NFT. You can have a Starro leg to build to stick on your Starfish.
Can't wait to build a digital Starro that sits in a computer file. I do.
Imagine if it is, and this is just a digital fucking Wonder Woman. People will riot. They can't do that.
I don't understand NFTs at all. Someone needs to break it down to me in layman's terms because people are selling off their original tweets. Does anyone want to buy what my first tweet was?
What was your first tweet?
I don't know. We need to find that out. What was your first tweet?
I think it was probably something that I had to delete. So.
That's why it's worth money, Rich. That's what you'll buy it off me. Just as bright. This has turned into blackmail NFT right now.
No, I was just going to say something, and I will tell you after the show what I was going to say.
Okay. But Wonder Woman in classic look, finally in the line, is very much needed. It looks like those other two figures are re-releases. They look like versions we've already got. But again, no one gives a shit. They just wanted Wonder Woman. So happy to see it revealed. I'm disappointed with the lack of physical product. Usually McFarlane does show off a lot, but I think he had a breakfast where he showed off a bit, didn't he? But
I think with this Wonder Woman, I think he might have gone to the Hasbro booth, seen Power Princess, and thought, shit, everyone's going to pay Power Princess. I better finally put out that bloody woman figure.
Quick, knock up an NFT. These are comic as well, right? These are gold label.
But I was trying to, because, Catman looks good. Big fan of Catman. But the Supergirl.
It does look like the CW one, yeah?
Yeah, Melissa Benoist. I was looking at the face and trying to, judge it. But it's like the all-in-one, boots and leggings. It looks like the Melissa Benoist version to me. But I couldn't really tell.
I don't think it is, but that could be Black Lightning from the show as well, from CW as well, right?
No, that's a comic book, but outfit. That's definitely a comic book one.
Okay, I know they have done figures of that show too.
But they did Green Arrow and they did Flash, didn't they, from the CW shows? But again, they've all finished now. But it could have been, maybe it was a Melissa Benoist and they just chucked a comic book head on the top because you couldn't really tell then, could you? Don't have to pay the licensing fee then either.
Catman,
definitely. I'm getting that one. I love me some Villains United Secret Six. A very good comic book.
I like it when they get kooky and give us characters that you wouldn't expect. So there we go.
Antonio says they are comic book figures, so it's just the costume just looks very CW.
All right, let's have a look here. So we can go back to Street Fighter for a second, as they showed off the whole shelf here. So there's the exclusive, which you said you did order. You got yours on Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon UK. Phil Jones put a link up and it came out, so I ordered it off there. Shout out Phil Jones.
Yeah, it looks very good. They were the other one, Cyberpunk, based off an anime, I believe.
Yeah, on Netflix, but they got soft goods on it. I just think they look really nice. I know nothing about this property. I've never played the game, never watched the anime, but it kind of makes me.
Will you? This is what I mean. Yeah, would you watch the anime before you order them, type thing?
Yeah, I'll have a look. But I think whatever, I'll get the lady figure anyway. I think she looks really nice.
Did you say you're going to steal that hand for Dazzler?
Yeah, for my AOA Dazzler. Literally in the Age of Apocalypse, everyone else is fighting the apocalypse. Dazzler's just smoking fags the whole run of it. Amazing character development for Alison. But far better than what happens to Alison in the bloody Hellfire Gala. I'll take that over this shitty issue.
Sad times. We don't have these in the UK. Amanda, I don't. This is the controversial thing in our household. I don't snack a lot. I'm not a snacker. I don't eat crisps. I don't eat yogurts. I don't eat biscuits really. I'm not a snacker. I eat breakfast and then a dinner, and that's it. And Amanda loves it because she can buy snacks and stuff, and it's not like I'm going to eat them. They're there for weeks until they're not there for weeks. They're there for hours because Amanda's a snackaholic. But she loves crisps, and her favourite sort of foreign crisps are Cheetos. So we can only buy these in the UK from specialty shops because they're Americanized, ain't they? They're not. We don't have these in the UK. But Amanda loves it. So I reckon if I actually brought this as an action figure, she'd actually like it because she'd be like, hey, I like that. But I also hate crisps, so I don't want him near my collection. Just looking at him makes me cringe. And it'll just all the yellowy, powdery residue. Yeah. It makes me it genuinely freaks me out. That's like chalk on a blackboard. I don't even like people eating crisps in my presence, all right? Nachos at the cinema as well. Look, I'm freaking out right now. Anyway, these are them. We don't have that either. We don't have him, and we don't have these. They're not in the UK. They're not in the UK. We have not. I know who they are.
But they weren't British cereal either. We never had any of those in the UK, did we?
We had Tony the Tiger. And,
he's great.
He is great. And we had the Rice Krispie little triplets, the Alvin, Simon, Theodore, Snap, Crackle and Pop.
Snap, Crackle and Pop, yeah.
We had them.
The Ricicles?
Ricicles?
Yeah, he was like an astronaut.
Like a little spaceman. Yeah, you've just unlocked a memory. Yeah. Did he have a little dog or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I think he did.
You just unlocked something in my brain. Yeah, you're right.
It was like Ricicles, the Frosties version of Rice Krispies.
Yeah. I also like Honey Nut with a bee. I don't know if I need a bee action figure, though. Next week, me and Rich will break down the top 10 UK cereal brands that need the action figure treatment. Tune in. Lots of viewership next week. Right, anyway, skipping across these. Making me cringe. Where's the Street Fighter stuff? Come on. There they are. Zoom in. There they are. See what I mean? Like, I'm not, no disrespect to Jada, like, at all. But, like, there's a lot of open space there. Like, a shelf, a diorama, like, not that it matters, but, like...
I don't think they needed it all.
No, they didn't.
These figures look so good.
No,
they were just like, this is our product.
That's the point I'm making. No, that's the point I'm making. They didn't need it. But I'm just saying, the potential of this line is crazy good. Like, they could have built like an arena and had two of them fighting it out and the others just standing around the side. You could add like an audience backdrop. Like, I just think the potential of the display and the world building of this line is so good now that you've got these characters confirmed. I just think it could have been shown a little bit on display. And again, that's just me being nitpicky. I'm not trying to hate. They look great. And it's just nice to see that these figures are coming out. So yeah, all 10. So yeah, we've also come to the conclusion that these, like Cammy, for example, is like a production. She's not a production sample because she's still got the pins, and everyone else so far is pinless. So she must be an early prototype, I think. And then when she's made in the factory, she'll have the pinlessness. Obviously, DJ's got a bit of reuse from the Ryu and Ken because of the trousers, I assume, and the feet. So that's pinless. But then over here, again, pinless apart from the one that's not been revealed. So it's looking good so far. So your favourite's Cammy. She's been revealed. Has your second favourite been revealed? Like, who are you waiting for in this line?
Well, I got Cammy and Chun-Li done, and I'm done.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like Vega, Zangief, E-Honda, like everyone. There's not in the original Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2. There's not one character I didn't like. I love them all. So I'm happy that they do in this era first of all. I think it's like the era everyone loves the most. It's the most well known, and it's got the best characters in it. So yeah, but I agree. I'm gonna be happy when they get onto like other like Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter EX. Get the Akira license. Do Fighting Layer as well. But yeah, I just love Street Fighter, so I am really happy with these. I think they all look fantastic.
Yeah, and again, we're not seeing what accessories come with each of these as well. And so far, like, they've come with decent accessories. Like, Ryu comes with the Hadouken. I think one of them comes with an interchangeable head, interchangeable hands. So we're not even seeing the array of accessories each one of these figures are going to have. So again, I'm just saying there is definitely display potential with these if you've got the real estate. And this is what I'm talking about. The pins on the ones that have not been released yet, I do think they will be pinless when they're revealed. Not that it matters too much, but just to fit aesthetically in with the rest, it wouldn't make sense to have like two random figures with pins when the rest don't. So I do think this is like a great modern toy line, which is definitely utilising the best of the action figure world so far.
And with Street Fighter as well, you've got scope for like years of exclusives and everything with all the alternate colours.
Just it's like player 2
pink,
version.
Pink Cammy, white Cammy, blue Cammy. Can't wait to get all my Cammies.
yeah, so good. So there's that. Let me bounce back to the list here. I'm just going down the list, seeing if anything sticks out that I want to talk about.
Diamond Select showed a couple of Marvel figures.
They did. I've actually pulled off an image already. Right here, because I wanted to talk about it. It is Annihilus, only shown in digital render, but we know Marvel Select do these bigger characters pretty well, and there is currently no sort of rumours or anything that Marvel Hasbro are giving us a new Annihilus, even though it's desperately needed. So in the meantime, is this one you would buy, Rich?
Oh, 100%. I love Annihilus. A big fan of the Annihilation Saga, all from his days like with the Fantastic Four. He's just a great villain. Like, I think he's been long overdue an update in the Legends line. So the fact that Select are giving us one is great. Usually the Select get one out. Marvel and Hasbro may have one in the works, or they may think, shit, we need to get ours like back out again and give us an updated Annihilus. But I will take two because he's like a great villain. I love Annihilus. I will definitely be adding this to my shelf.
Yeah, I love the accessories he comes with as well. Really good blast effects, multiple hands, and again, like Diamond Select, they do have articulation, and for these bigger characters, you would probably get about the same range of articulation on a Marvel Legend anyway sometimes. So I'm sure this will look really good with that wingspan in the greens and the purples, right? That's like that. They're gonna pop, ain't they? So it would have been nice to see a coloured version, but
and for characters like this as well, like the Apocalypse, like the upcoming Crimson Dynamo, like the Destroy, like they can all fit in with the Legends as well because they are bigger characters. It doesn't look too out of place.
Yeah. Collecting Rush has confirmed that I believe it was the Jada Fuchs interview that said that the Wave 3 were just painted prototypes. So the Cammy, Gilu, and DJ were as exactly what we expected. They will be pinless. And also, Robert is saying that the Jada figures will have 2 heads. All of them will have 2 heads.
Yeah.
Again, definitely one of the highlights of San Diego was all that Street Fighter stuff. It's people are going to be very happy. But back to Annihilus, really, really good. And just back on the Marvel Legends train a second. Now, they did show off one more thing, one more reveal on Sunday. Dan Yoon saved one reveal until that Sunday afternoon, just for anyone who was still lingering around San Diego Comic-Con. And it was a female soldier. Now,
whoa.
I know. You can tell why he saved this one slightly for last. Because it is basically a new head here. All we're getting is
She's got a new hat, son! She's got a new hat!
We have recently had the Maria Hill and Quake that were packed together, interchangeable heads, and it was nice. It was very nice. But I always said that set was just missing a helmet. If you'd gave us a Shield Agent female helmet, that would have been the perfect army builder set for a female trooper. They didn't, and that's because they clearly have plans here to release the female trooper elsewhere. Now, it's a decent body. It's the Shriek body, so it's completely pinless, but the male head didn't really work proportionately on this body, so it makes sense. Maybe we'll get a different version of a helmet as well, or maybe it'll be in a 2-pack with the Hydra soldier, or maybe they'll both be single-packed. So they were both shown off next to Detroit Steel there. So do you reckon, Rich, it's going to be a female trooper 2-pack with Shield and Hydra, or are they going to be both released separately in different ways?
I hope that they go back to the $16 little cardboard boxes. Yeah, that is the one time that people were happy with the cardboard boxes for a cheap army builder with 2 heads, couple of things. Yeah, Hellfire Hank. But it would be that would be good. I think it probably is going to be either a 2-pack or some kind of maybe a second figure in with them. I hope not though, actually, because they're army builders, so together or in those packs. That's how I want them. Yeah, I don't want them with a bigger figure. That would be wrong.
I agree. I don't want a unique character packed in with these. Give them us together. And if you're someone who's only building a Hydra army and you don't need the Shield Agents, just sell off the Shield Agent. There'll always be someone there that wants it. But I do think, going back to something like this, we hate plastic-free packaging, but we don't mind it on this because it's just a form of transportation at this point to get us an action figure. We don't need anything fancy. So for the cheaper price point army builders, do something like this. And I would quite happily buy some females in both of these forms at the cheaper price point. I always prefer options though for army builders. As I said, a couple of interchangeable heads. I always feel like I know with the Shield pack we got 3 unique heads, but I'd like helmets or the Hydra female there.
Yeah,
she's got just a closed mouth. I'd like different expressions. Because obviously if you're in an army, you're all wearing the same outfit anyway, so that's fine. But screaming head and just give us a bit of expression. Maybe we shall see. But that was what was revealed. That was a sneaky Marvel Legends helmet reveal. Literally a helmet reveal on the Sunday. So a few people might have missed it.
Shout out to Toying Around in the chat. Hello there. Who streamed all the panels for everyone. Well done, Kevin.
I don't know if you've popped in or popped out, but if you're still there, thank you very much, my friend, because for people like us in the UK, San Diego Comic-Con is nothing but a pipe dream, and we spend far too much money on toys and bills to be able to afford to go to San Diego. So we felt like we were there, front row, because of you and your coverage. So thank you very much. I did genuinely watch Toying Around's live stream.
And he'd obviously paid for the good Wi-Fi, not like other people who was stuttering. Kevin's was amazing. I told you, best one there.
If I'd watched,
hiya Kevin Hasbro, hiya Kevin.
If I had watched Toying Around's live stream, but with a VR headset on, I would have felt like I was actually there because he was front row. There was no messing around. It was really good. So we appreciate it, Kevin. We appreciate it.
We should do that next year. I'll be next to you eating my Cheetos.
I'm not sitting next to Rich. But yeah, there you go. There's an idea. Next week we're gonna log into the Matrix and be there front row via Toying Around. But shout out Toying Around for all the coverage. I think he's been putting on some other interviews as the week's been going on. So
He did a panel. Toying Around did a panel.
I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, Geek Dad Live.
Yeah.
No, I watched it. I don't really watch the Toy Anxiety guys as much, but I watch Geek Dad Live. Mad Hatter is one of my favourite YouTubers at the minute as well, and obviously I know Toying Around and Pixel Dan. But Pixel Dan like hogged that, you know, and just spoke about bloody what he loves most of it. Like, don't get me wrong, it was all in love and fun, but like they just skimmed over like all the stuff that like Kevin would like. So yeah, I felt for him there a little bit, but he says it was his pleasure. It was an experience. It was his first one as well, I believe. But one day, do you reckon we should do a live show at San Diego one day?
Are we going to San Diego?
Yeah, they're paid.
I need to get my annual leave forms in, Dan.
Yeah, no, one day. It's a pipe dream. I'm just gonna quickly see if there's anything else I want to mention. Any reveals that we've not talked about that are worth a quick mention before we get out of here today, people? I'm having a look. I want.
What about the Thundercats?
Thunder. Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. I can go to Super7 though, right, for that? Or no, we want to see the pictures, don't we? We want to see the pictures. Thundercats are loose. What a theme tune. Right, let me scroll down. That's got to be near the bottom, isn't it? Thundercats. Oh, and anyone asking, I did order Steven Spielberg. There you go. I did do it. I ordered 2 of them.
What are you going to do with 2 Steven Spielbergs?
Sal one to Brandon at an inflated cost. For Brandon, 60 quid. You heard it, Brandon. If you want it, got a Steven for you.
Did he not order one?
No, you forgot. You wrote it in the chat earlier.
Ah, what's he like?
Alright, sorry, I'm looking for Super 7. The amount of pictures I've seen of this thing, you'd think it'd be easy to find one. Okay, here we are. I found one. So, it is the Cats Lair Thundercats from Super 7. I don't even think that you and me, even looking at these pictures right now, are going to have any perception of how big this thing actually is. Because pictures just don't do it justice, does it? Like, we can all assume and try and think how big it would be. But unless you were there and seen it in person, I don't think you know the actual scale. But I have to admit, it looks
that man by the side is 6 foot and he's about to go in the lair. Look, that's how big it is.
This thing looks very, very impressive. Now, if I was a Thundercats fan, like big fan, I am a Thundercats fan, but like casual. Like, I have fun memories of watching Thundercats. Great theme tune, but I can't name all the characters. I'm just a casual. Like, I like the designs. I had the toys as a kid. So I don't, as much as something like this looks cool, and the collector in me like appreciates how good it is and what it represents, I don't have the room or the money to buy this. But if I had room and I had money, then yes, of course I'd buy this, even for the few Thundercats I have. Rich, what do you think of this? Where's your Thundercat fandom at? And even if you're not a Thundercats fan, this is impressive, right? Even for Super 7.
I had like whatever made I had the little Thunder lair when I was like little.
The one on Jay's roof.
Yeah, the one on Jay's roof. Yeah. No, the little version, and it was like I had like I think controversially Tigra. Maybe that's why it was my favorite of all Thundercats, not Chitara. I really like Thundercat. I thought Snarf was the most annoying TV character in the world.
He's pretty annoying. Yeah.
And then you had like the kids, but yeah, I love Thundercats. Yeah, Wily Cat. I had like loads of the figures, but now I got Chitara from Super 7 and Pumira. I got Pumira as well. They were the only 2 that I've bought. Someone's just asked, am I going to pick up Chilla? A cute cow asked, am I going to pick up Chilla? Chilla looks really, really good, so I might pick up Chilla as well, because I have Amdanad and that Mandora on your bike, because I really like the cartoon. But it's just like, it's just a lot of money, and I'm like, no, stay away.
But regardless of all of that, if it looks good though, right? Like, they've done a decent job here.
Yeah, it does look good. If I was collecting Thundercats, I would probably think about it. But as it is, to put Chitara and Pumira in, it's a bit of an excess, that might be. So I think I'm going to stay away.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, it looks very impressive. I just don't think I can have the room or can afford it, especially with so much of the stuff coming out. But if you were just a Thundercats guy, just collecting the Thundercats stuff, you got to find a way to get this in your collection, because yeah, this is a display piece. Again, I always talk about world building. I've said it a million times just on this stream alone. That's what the display is all about for me. Just building that little portal into the thing that you loved. And that's exactly what this is. You put this on the display and it's more than just a playset. It's a display piece. It's a diorama. You can display all your figures on the front, on the back. Like, it's impressive. It really, really is. Yes, it's expensive. But this is the type of stuff that Super 7 do very, very well. The bigger ticket items. I think a lot of people like Castle Grayskull, didn't they?
Snake Mountain.
Snake Mantis. Yeah, like this gives me hope. I don't know if hope's the right word because I don't actually know. But do you reckon a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like Terradrome?
Well, from Super 7.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be the
that
only
would
ones who
open
would
up.
do it. Yeah, they would be the only ones
because
who
it
would
could
do
be
it
a big
scale.
circle, couldn't it? Like a vehicle.
Yeah.
But then it opens up and it's a playset like this is. Like, because this playset's two-sided, but the actual the rocks, they fold. I think there might be a better picture somewhere where the rocks fold so you can close it. There you go. So
there you go.
Yeah, so they close at the back so you can fold it. So I'm thinking a Terradrome, and then it opens up into a playset. I think that would be. I'd love to see them give it a go. Like, I think that if they did that, I'd find a way to add that to my collection for sure. But yeah, if this succeeds, I think if this is successful and it hits through all its tiers, it's only got 2 tiers. It only needs 3,000 to back. It's got over 1,000 right now. But I think if this hits all its mark, it will give them the confidence to do more. Because he has talked about wanting to do more than just a Turtle van, but he's never going to offer us anything else until we get the Turtle van in hand. So we're talking like next year, but I'd have it. I'd have a Terradrome, Technodrome. Keep calling it Terradrome, don't I? Technodrome. Technodrome just sounds like a nightclub, but technically that's the name. But yeah, there you go. So that's impressive. So, but something a little bit more my price range and something that's still nostalgic for me, Rich, is the Biker Mice from Mars. So the NECA company are doing the Biker Mice from Mars. We all thought Super 7 would be the company to do it. We all put money it would be Super 7 or even NECA. But the NECA company, small start-up, but they know what they're doing. The guy that runs the company made all the Toys That Made Us documentaries. Like, he's a really good producer. He's done loads of stuff. Brian something his name is. I forgot his name. But Toy Shiz, did an interview with him. And like, these are like already at production. Like, they've got ab crunch. Like, these are just the pre-final models. So the new ones have actual ab crunch and they've got more articulation. They've all got their helmets, and they just look really, really, really good. So are you in on? Did you watch this as a kid? Do you want any of these?
I've got like 0 attachment to Biker Mice from Mars, so no, I'm good. I'm good on these, but they do look really nice.
Yeah, there's pictures now from. I think Toy Biz. Let me see if I can find them actually. There, because after the event, Toy Shiz got the promo images of them sitting on their bikes. So the figures are out right now, single packed, and then you can get the bikes in the future in 2024, and they have LED lights on them as well. Just looking for the pictures now. Toy Shiz definitely had them. I hate looking at bloody Instagram on the web. Toy Shiz. Come on, Toy Shiz. Toy Shiz. Oh, for God's sake. Right, hang on. I found them. Patience are virtuous. There it is. There you go. We got there eventually. Right, there you go. They're on the bikes. So, wait, that's not it. Stupid Instagram. All 3 of them on their bikes. They come with like little smoke effects out the back, which second as a kickstand. They've all got LED lights for their headlights, and also the dashboard lights up as well. That one bulb lights up both of the things. Again, for this line, the bikes and the free mice I'm happy with, but then I could get the bad guys, the big fish face guy in a suit. He looks pretty cool. I don't know, it's tempting. I'm curious to see where this line goes, but I do like this. And the NECA has the Expanse as well. Yes, they do, but I've never seen the Expanse. Have you seen the Expanse, Rich?
Oh yeah, did you see the figures they showed off? That is really, they're doing like they're doing like 2 female characters they've shown off, but like the full wave is going to be like 5 characters. I thought they looked really good, and I wasn't expecting that. A really good TV show as well. They look really,
would you
really
recommend
accurate as well.
the Expanse to someone like me?
100%, but you need to go back to the first season. It is it gets like it's very like world building. Like the first season kind of builds it all out, and then from season 2 on, it gets like a lot about like planets and war. But it's a really, really, really good show. I would recommend The Expanse.
Okay, I'm gonna have a quick see if I can find the pictures. Yes, I can. These ones right here, yeah.
Yes. So I think the full wave is not just those two. It's going to have like the Miller, Detective James Holden. There's like about 6 in the full wave, but these are the first 2 characters they've shown.
Nice. No, I like it when again. That's why I like Comic-Con, because you get the odd reveal that you wasn't expecting. Like no one thought we're going to see Expanse figures, and there they are. I've not even seen the show, but I'm aware of what it is. So yeah, cool. It's cool to see. Again, I like when this toy company's growing, because then they're going to do someone else, and they're going to do something else, and eventually they'll probably get to something that you do want. So yeah, these look good. And again, it's the first time we're seeing them do this company do human form figures as well, because everything else they've done so far has been robots or animated. So it's good to see their take on a human and how they articulate, how they look, etc. So looking good there. So, yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. Rich, if we're going to go out to the poll, if anyone wants to give us their favourite reveal from San Diego real quick, then I'll read out a few. But I'm going to go to the chat and see who's winning the poll. But there's only one winner here. I had no doubts about it, Rich. You are the people's champ. You are the people's champ.
I think it was a sympathy vote, because I've just had a bad week.
Yeah, it's not been... I to be fair... I sympathise for you. I feel your pain. There you go. So, alright, the poll hasn't appeared. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'm not going to risk breaking my... Yeah, I'm definitely not going to risk breaking my Streamlabs to try and show you the poll. But you can just believe me when I say that Rich won with 59% of the vote. Alright, Rich won. Congratulations, Rich. I'm ending that poll. Your top 5 was the better top 5 amongst the community. I am going to plug Legend of Liquor before I get out of here as well. So, again, if you want to be on the channel right now talking nonsense just like we've been doing, then we're doing Legend of Liquor this Sunday. Again, Legend of Liquor, community-driven show for the people that are genuinely supporting the channel and help me stick around on YouTube. 18, I can literally have about 18 people on, nearly, or 16, right? So please, if you want to be on, we've got new people coming on this week. I've already had a few people hit me up, trying to forever expand this community and give everyone's username a face. I'm trying to find my over button. There we go. So Legend of Liquor, people, this Sunday, please hit me up after the show. No point messing me right now. I'm not going to see it. Wait until I finish the show and put the kettle on, and then I'll sit in bed and write a list, all right? So maybe wait 5 minutes till after the show, or on the replay. And please don't let me know Sunday morning. That's so frustrating. I love yous all, but like I have to organise this thing way in advance, get the groups ready, and then someone drops in like an hour before the show and goes, "Oh, have you got room?" And I'm like, an hour before the show. Do you know, I'm stressing out. So let me know now. If you're watching on the replay, I understand, but I usually, if on a Legend of Liquor week, you can start letting me know as we lead up to it. So yeah, Legend of Liquor this Sunday. But until then, if you want some more long form content fix, let me put this in the chat. Go head over to... Right, you know him. He is the substitute teacher of the channel. It is, of course, Jay's Toy Collection UK. He is starting, now he's hit to 1,000 subscribers. Jay, I have sort of forcefully encouraged him to do his own weekly live show just to give me some more content to watch each week, because I told you I need some more new content. I need some fresh perspective on this toy collecting world, and Jay Toys Collection and Cheeky Monkey Kiara can do exactly that. So Jay is going to be live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. UK time. That will be 4 p.m. Eastern, and that will be 1... I know, I had it all worked out earlier. Shit. Hate maths. Wait.
-5.
Right, no, it's 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, right? So that is when live. Jay is live tomorrow. Where is it? There you go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. There you go. Jay's Toy Collection is going to be live tomorrow with his co-host, reluctant co-host. I don't even know if he's asked her yet, but she's going to be there. Cheeky Monkey Kiara for their perspective on this toy collecting world. Please go and show some love. Again, let's build a community like we have here. Some more long-form content for us to enjoy. I'll be sit back, chilling, relaxing in the chat without having to worry about Streamlabs. It's a good time, but please go in there, subscribe to Jay. He will be live tomorrow night for a toy talk just like this, recapping with his missus, all right? So if you want the female perspective on this whole toy game, go over there, because you don't see a lot of that on YouTube as well. So there we go. All right, so Rich, good stream, good week of reveals. What we got coming up?
Oh, there is a lot shipping out. Hopefully, like next week, that pre-order for X-Men 97 will be going up. Then we've got that Marvel Disney Plus wave to come as well. They said that's going to come.
Yeah.
And then hopefully more announcements next month. I'm sure there is something coming next month that they haven't announced yet.
Yeah, all the Avengers 60th stuff is starting to arrive in the UK now. In regards to G.I. Joes, the Trouble Bubbles are due in a few weeks' time, so you can start adding some Trouble Bubbles to your collection. So yeah, lots of stuff are going to start trickling out. But the next big event will be Hasbro Pulse and Toy Fair. Toy Fair more so than PulseCon, because PulseCon is just Hasbro product, where Toy Fair, you'll see a range of products just like we see at San Diego Comic-Con. So lots of stuff to look forward to. And the live stream celebrates its 3rd birthday in August, where we are basically going to end 3 whole years of live streaming, and we're going to continue. Hopefully, maybe I'll announce my retirement, but we'll find out in a few weeks. We're going to be into our 4th year of live streaming, which is insane. So I need to figure out which episode it is exactly, but it's definitely one of the Thursdays in August is going to be the 3-year birthday of the Dan Who live show. So I'm going to try my best to write a new intro or write a new rap or do something. I don't know. I'll try my very, very best, but time is limited. But until then, Rich, where can the good people find you online?
You can find me at Instagram at Displayed Ones. And shout out to Mrs. Chambers from number 7 for the veil. Thank you.
Now, I'm glad you found one. It was good. And you'll need it. You'll need it as well. Go back into morning. How much vodka have you drank? Is your glass empty?
It's too much. A pint worth of vodka.
Go and show some love to Rich on Displayed Once on Instagram, of course. And I will be here on Sunday for Legends and Liquor. Hopefully you join me there, and I'll be asking you guys what your top 3 reveals were from San Diego Comic-Con weekend. So yes, Alexi, yes, of course, the Mafex figures are included. We included them in our list. You can include them in yours. It's fine. They happened at the same weekend as San Diego. It's fine. All right? Let's get out of here, Rich. We need a word of the day for the replay crew.
There can only be one word of the J, Dan. It's Jubilee. Dan.
Jubilee, R.I.P. Jubilee. Hopefully she comes back. Hopefully. We're wishing. But if you are watching in the replay crew, please let us know you're watching and type in Jubilee in the chat. And if you're on the chat right now watching live, before you go, don't close the page. Go to the comments, right? Get out of the chat and go to the comments and write Jubilee. Hit that like button. Keep Craig and Abnuggler down that wall and write Jubilee in the comment section, all right? And also go and write a comment on one of my recent Marvel Legends reviews. Maybe Jacaster will read it out. That's right. I haven't given up on that gimmick yet. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.